Hi, I'm Lillian Carrier. I play Margarita from the movie Horsegirls, which the character is based on this girl here.
Yep, I'm Marguerite Breeden, and I am, like Lillian said, the inspiration behind the character Margarita.
So we met on a Zoom.
Yeah, my mom and Gretchen and Lillian.
So was that a week before filming?
It must have been. I mean, that whole period is kind of blocked out because, you know, all the tragedy that went on right before I came to set.
Yeah, it was a blur of a time. But I remember you and your mom were so lovely. And I know it was delayed a few times because your mom kept needing moments.
I was scheduled to come to set like late August, but like days before, Mackenzie had come home because our mom was really sick and she was basically on her deathbed. So going into set, I guess, was kind of surreal that art was imitating life. And I was really still trying to process my grief and the fact that my mom was gone, but also I felt like, you know, going in and having a little bit of a cameo, I felt like it was kind of, I guess, honoring my mom and her life and her legacy, which was, I think that's really the good thing about this project. It keeps her alive. And
do you feel comforted that this now exists in like memorialization of your mom?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Is this something you feel like in years you'll come back to like feel closer to her and have those memories?
Yes, that's what I think too.
Do you think your mom would have liked this movie?
I think she would really like it. I think it definitely honors her legacy, and it's quirky and fun, and it definitely gives an authentic portrayal of not only autism but also cancer and that struggle as well.
I think that's a really scary thing to have a character based on you and like big moments in your life shown on screen.
I was really confused at first. I'm like, why a story about me? I didn't really feel like there was a story. Then like with having my mom die, it kind of shifted the story, my perspective of the story, and I was like, oh yeah, this really makes sense, and I felt like it brought a lot more meaning to me as a person and my life. Even though someone's autistic, they can also feel grief. It's not just a neurotypical experience. Everybody has grief and emotions. They might be felt in a different way, but they're still the same process. And also with the crazy world we live in, it's just great to, you know, escape for an hour and a half and enjoy a story that will make you laugh and cry and make you feel good inside.
We talked a lot about like you had some deep fears about how this was going to be shown, and I kept reaching out to you of like asking questions of like how you wanted certain things portrayed, and my feelings of like I don't move in the way you move, I don't stim the way you stim, and I like asked you questions about your experience of like, especially in grief, right, going through like those feelings where people don't understand your facial expressions and whatnot, of making sure that I showed you in the light you wanted to be seen. The representation as a whole was just so beautiful. Starting off that this story is not like overcoming the difficulty of a disability, right? It's not an inspiration of like, oh wow, she lived her life with such struggles, so I should be able to do things. Like it was very much a like, life sucks, but it's gonna be okay type of story. And like, it's just one label attached to her, which is again, basing it off Marguerite, who's like, autism is a strong characteristic and you can't separate the autism from Marguerite, but also you have a million other labels and things about you that make you a person. And getting to know you was amazing, and to be able to create a character that's like as incredible as you are.
How often do you get like scripts that are like, oh, this person's autistic?
It's far more often that than what this is. There's just a difference between bad representation and harmful representation that hurts the community and teaches people how to interact with us in the wrong way. Where this sort of story really shows like how to embrace someone in your life who is autistic, or upon meeting someone that you don't know. My best advice is like what happened with this project is you get someone autistic involved. A big saying within the disability and film community is nothing about us without us. Why are you telling this story without including someone with the identity of that story? I think, no one can tell a story better than the person who's lived the experience. And Marguerite and her family were able to give such input on all the experiences throughout this story because they lived it.
Yeah.
I think it was a beautiful journey, and I loved having you involved and being able to reach out to you, and especially reaching out to Sandy and about your relationships. Yeah. That was a very important thing too, of how we depicted the ugly, imperfect parts of a mother-daughter relationship, and that I think was also one of the scariest things for me to portray, because I wanted to make sure your relationship was honored in that it is a good relationship, even in those moments, right? Yeah. So those were things we talked about immensely, of like, there is no bad guy in this movie, okay? Sometimes people make other people upset. Yeah. But just as like in your relationship with you and your mom, there's no bad guy, but you can still make each other upset very easily when you're so close. Like, what were really important to you to be seen, and like when you saw it on screen was like that nailed that piece of me? When
she went and like got a job, I felt like that was really something. I was like, oh wow, that feels super normal.
So that's something you experienced? Is
like you go in, you're just like, okay, I have to interview. I don't know this person.
Do you have a Hank in your life that like saw you and was willing to give you that chance, or did you feel more often that you were turned away and they didn't give you the chance?
I feel like I was turned away often, and I think that's really sad. That's really sad, because I'm just as capable as anybody else to do a job, you know?
Yeah. I absolutely believe that. And again, I got to work on a movie, which is super cool. Yeah. But like most people, like Marguerite, like what types of jobs have you worked?
Mostly retail. It's not that, it's, meh, you know.
I know, but like there's nothing wrong with that, right? And I think you deserve the chance to work those jobs. And like the unemployment rate for us is 90% in the autism community.
It's just so sad. Yeah. How was, like, for you and Gretchen, how was the whole portraying cancer thing?
A lot of that burden was on her to portray that, because I feel like a lot of those emotions come naturally in just seeing the physical effect of it. She did a wonderful job of like looking so broken in those moments, and I felt like tapping into that was easy because of her performance.
Being, I guess, you know, responsible for taking care of the person who helps you is such a different experience.
Also, how your mom going through that started understanding you better. Yeah. And her talking about how you were the person she could go to about things because you've lived your life disabled. And suddenly you were the expert in these areas. Definitely. And you knew how to approach things in a way that other people from an outside perspective who never experienced it didn't know how. Was an interesting dynamic to learn about. Yeah.
So were you on set when, like, did they like announce my mom had died or something? Or how did you find out or something?
I got a phone call. I was at home at the time, and I got a phone call before going to set, and then we had a moment on set where we found out Mackenzie wasn't going to be there. And we just, we took it in as a crew to just have a moment to honor her. Yeah. And then, when you came, back to set.
That was, yeah.
And that scene was what it was about.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no kidding.
Did it feel different from like you had it in your mind how a movie set would be, and then you get there and you're seeing these like versions of you?
Yeah.
Like in costume, on a set. Like what was that?
It was crazy. It was like surreal. I'm like, oh wow, it's totally meta. Honestly, I felt really excited. A bit nervous, but excited. I think that this is a huge story that I think a lot of people would really relate to.
So I really hope that you as an audience love her. Like Margarita isn't her. There's very big differences, but the essence of her soul is in there. And
my sister Mackenzie, she worked really hard on the film, and her efforts were amazing. I also loved that, would say cameo. She had
a part in the film.
Yeah, she had a part in the film. She was.
Was it a nursing attendant?
Yeah, a nursing attendant.
Yeah. It adds extra weight to that scene, knowing that that's her real experience of having a mom with cancer. And then she's the one who made the film and goes on to like be the one in that scene. I think it was a beautiful choice to cast her and let her do that. Incredible.
I know, because you often don't get that experience.
Shout out Marguerite Breeden, be in everything. Make more projects. Horsegirls is available to buy and rent on digital now.